Hi everybody, welcome to this video. This video is my April wrap up. I know we're almost toward the end of May. I do apologise. I just haven't had a chance to film because of life. I have read in April 12 books. That was like an amazing amount for me. They're all here to run through. I run through my ratings, what I thought, if I recommend it or not recommend, that kind of thing. I have my journal here to refer to when I'm doing those for you, and I'll put the stars up and stuff like that for you as well. April was also an exciting month as well, because most of these books, half of these books, or 4 or 5 of these books are from 2 authors that I actually met in April from our indie book shop, which is awesome. The shop is called Fables and Froth. It's where I live, and yeah, there was 2 author visits in April, which was super duper fun. So when I get to those books, I'll let you know who the authors were and a bit about it. Yeah, so let's get started because there's a lot to go through. So the first book is called Mythos Unbound. This is actually from the indie bookshop as well, but this author I haven't met. But it was pretty cool because I was actually chatting to her a bit from my post on Instagram, so that was kind of cool too. It's by Shayla Morgenstern, who is an Aussie indie author, and I loved this book. It was so good. I gave it 5 stars. Apparently it's a duo, and I can't wait to the second one. This one has like gorgeous sprayed edges. I wonder if the next one's going to be, and it's got gold as well on it. But yeah, I just loved this. Let me just pick up my journal. So yeah, I gave it 5 stars. I enjoyed like the FBI crime and the mythical fantasy creatures and mythical fantasy put together. It was really good. A great story, great characters, and I definitely recommend it. It's a supernatural book from a 2025 challenge that I'm doing, so I'll also mention challenges as well. But yeah, if you come across this book, definitely grab it or have a hunt online because it's really good. The next book, this was definitely an exciting month. I started Akata. So I read the first book, Court of Thorns and Roses. I finally started it. I do have the next one on my TBR card, so maybe May will get the next one, who knows. I loved this as well. I gave it 5 stars. I actually listened to it as well, because I started reading it physically, but then I had some credits, so I decided to listen to it and follow it along, which is always fun. So yeah, another 5-star read. And I finally got to the series. I enjoyed it and looking forward to the other books in the series, and I love Sarah J. Maas as an author. This was a part of a lot of challenges actually. First one was my 25 books to read in 2025. It was also a rare book in my colour challenge, and in another 2025 challenge it was a book with a map, which I'll hunt for you. Book with a map. So yeah, 2 5 stars to start off the month, which was good. Turning the page. So the next book that I read was Abby's Just for the Summer. I really liked this book as well. This was another 5-star. Had so many 5 stars. April was a pretty good month for reading. I love Evie's stories. They're just like the right amount of balance with life and fun and romance. I just really enjoy them. Yeah, so it was a wonderful book to read. I love the characters, especially the male with his questionnaires and organization skills for each like date that they did and stuff like that. I just thought it was really awesome being a organized person myself. I definitely recommend the author as well if you haven't given her a go. And I did cry in it as well, so be prepared for crying. This was a part of my Taylor Swift challenge, which I'm getting really close to finishing. The song Cruel Summer and a book that takes place in the summer. So yeah, another awesome one. And then we move on to one of the authors that I met. This is her fantasy series, her urban fantasy series, which is vampire themed. The author's name is Alison A. Andrews. I'll pop the words up on screen as well. But before I met her at the meetup, I read her full series of urban fantasy. I just could not put it down. I only had the first one to start off with, and I had to pop back to Fables and Froth because I had to urgently read the other two. It was just a quick read, really good read. It didn't meet a challenge, but obviously I met the author, so I kind of wanted to read her stuff before meeting her. I gave the full 3 books 5 stars each, I'm pretty sure, because I loved it so much. Yeah, all of them are 5 stars. The first one, Illusions, I said this was amazing. I totally binged the book so fast, it had me hooked and it left me on a cliffhanger, so I had to grab the next bunch of the series so I could continue binging. It's a wonderful story. It has parts of Brisbane City in it as well, so it's Queensland, Australia based because it's an indie Australian author. And I highly recommend Alison A. Andrews and all of her books. So this one is the first one, Illusions, which was 5 stars. The second one is Blood Memories. The actual series is called Order of the Dragon. However, it is vampire themed. And the other one is Phoenix Rising. And they all have like artwork in them as well, which is really cool, and they're all signed as well by Alison. So I'll show you all of the artworks, which are really cool. And yeah, it was really awesome to meet her and to get to know her as an author. Yeah, and highly recommend her as an author in this series. I do have another book coming up from her as well. But yeah, it was really awesome to meet her and to do the Q&A with her and meet her and just have a chat to her about her future books and her current books that she has. And yeah, it was just an amazing day. If you do get opportunities like that, definitely do it. It's really fun. The next couple of books I read for my local book club, which is also run by Fables and Froth. So Fables and Froth is a big theme of this. I'm loving the book club at Fables and Froth in our local area because we get to read the same books, chat about them, and enjoy each other's company with fellow awesome book people. So the first one I read was Morbidly Yours, which was the romance pick. There's always a romance and a fantasy pick. For April, I read both the romance and the fantasy one. So Morbidly Yours was the romance. I gave this one 4.5 stars. It was really, really cute. And yeah, there was some lovely scenes in it. I like the story of both the characters, and the author wrote the death and loss stuff really well. The like little puffin parts in the story which were really good, and it had a strong storyline. The only reason why I left it up 0.5 stars was that some of the sex scenes were a bit graphic for me, so yeah, that was why I toned it down star wise. But 4.5 stars is still pretty good, and as you can see, I tubbed it. What I did tab in there was all the movie, TV show quotes and puffin stuff. So yeah, that was a fun one. Excuse me as I cough. Sorry. The fantasy one for book club was Hunt on Dark Waters. I actually had these Morbidly Yours and this one in my bookshelf collection, so it was really handy. So this was the fantasy pick. This one I only gave 3.5 stars for. I was really, really looking forward to it, and obviously I was keen to get to it because I already had it. Yeah, it was my first read by this author. Sorry, I'm just grabbing my journal. I felt it was very heavy romance-wise. There could have been more fantasy brought into it to balance out the read, and obviously being a fantasy book, you want lots of fantasy in it. So, you know, it was based on was meant to be based on pirates and the sea and stuff like that. There could have been like some sword fighting and stuff like that. Yeah, it just let me down, to be honest. It was also a 25 books to read in 2025 list book for me as well, so that was handy. I did tab a few things. They were like just fantasy parts, just in case I had to remember them. But yeah, this one was a letdown for me, and I don't really recommend venturing to it, to be honest. So yeah, we kind of went down a little bit, but that's alright. We went back up, don't worry. So another author that I got to meet was Maria Linwood. She's also an Australian indie author, and she writes fantasy books. Her fantasy book is called Mistress of Amber and Flame. I started this before I met her. Unfortunately, I was only a little bit into the book, but I was really enjoying it before I met her for her Q&A meetup, and it was a super fun day again. Both of the authors I met are awesome people, and yeah, it was just really, really nice. She was giving away her art and a bookmark as well, which was really, really cool. And she was signing everybody's books, so I got my book signed, which was fun. The book itself I loved. I gave it 5 stars as well. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was full of adventure. It left me wondering all the time what was gonna happen. And it had a good suspense to the story. So I do recommend her book as well. So yeah, 2 awesome authors that I met. This next book is, I actually grabbed the hard copy of this book because I was given the wonderful opportunity after meeting Alison Andrews. I was given the wonderful ARC copy of this book. However, I read it on my tablet on ebook, but I wanted a physical copy for myself, so I grabbed the physical copy last time I was at Fables and Froth, and yeah, to put for my collection, because what I want to do is display some indie book authors at some point on my feature shelf when I get everything organized to do so. Yeah, so I read the ebook version, but this is the hard copy version, so I have like the art for it and her signature again and stuff like that, and the cute little bookmark and stuff. It was just released this month in May, so yeah, and it's part of her other series, which is called Circle of Friends, and this is the last one. The first one I read a couple of months ago, I think it was. The first one is called Winning Ticket, and then it's a series of 4, so this is the 4th one. You can read them out of order, but it's preferred in order. But yeah, it's really, really awesome to have a physical copy of this one. And it was a great honor as well. Thank you if you're listening, Alison, and her team. Thank you for the art copy. It was great to read it and to review it and stuff. I gave the book 5 stars because I love her writing, and this book was enjoyable, the writing was amazing, the story was wonderful. It's a second chance romance with a roller coaster of real life emotions and experiences. It's written well, and it touches on friendships and the friendship circle a lot. Definitely recommend. So yeah, as you can hear, I had an awesome month. There are 2 other reads to go through, so we're almost there. Next, I read a light book called The Baby Dragon Cafe. This one, if you saw my TBR, I had a waterfall challenge and I picked this one. It's a cute little story actually, and I did give it 5 stars. It is part of a series, and I really want to read the next one. The next one is called The Baby Dragon Bookshop. Yeah, so let's grab our journal. That was 5 stars, and I couldn't put it down. It was a cute little romance with cute little dragons in it, so it was just adorable and enjoyable. Darkly. The last book I read was this one here. I finally got to it. The Good Mother by Ray Combs. I finally got to it. I was, before I started, it was for my Taylor Swift challenge about a mother-daughter relationship. However, I was wrongly advised, and it was a mother-son relationship. So I have to redo that part, which is kind of a bummer, but anyway. Yeah, all good. I do have another book for it, and we'll redo. But this book itself, it was 4 stars for me. It was a really good book at 4 stars. I covered it for my green challenge. And what else? There was another challenge, a mystery true crime book for 2025 challenge. So I did still cover some challenges. It was a good suspenseful read. It was tricky to put down. Some parts I felt didn't flow as smooth as others. That's why I only gave it 4 stars. And I didn't really get the new relationship of the main character, why all that was coming about. Especially, it was kind of unnecessary for the story and a crime book, in my opinion. And yeah, it was kind of out of place a lot. It was fast paced though, and it sort of felt like a movie as I was reading it. So yeah, that is all our reads for April. Whoa, getting through 12 books in a review book video is just crazy. So yeah, it was an awesome month to get through all of that. It was just amazing, and to have some good book club reads and to meet two wonderful Queensland indie authors. It was just super amazing. Yeah, so that was my April in my bookish world. Yeah, I will next book-wise probably be doing my TBR video for May, and I'll also be probably before that actually doing a bit of a trot around the shops and seeing if there's anything I want to add to my TBR cart. We'll see what happens. It'll be either way around, but yeah, soon will be my May TBR. June TBR, sorry. June TBR. I'm working on the May one. Oh my goodness, my head's not in the right space. But yeah, there'll be plenty of videos coming out very, very soon. There'll be my June TBR, there'll be a little library video. I've got a stack of books over there for the little libraries, and yeah, I'll wander around, see what there is as well, book shopping wise, and yeah, we'll just have an amazing book session of videos. Thank you for joining me in my April review one. I greatly appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe and all that jazz. And if you want to mention a book that you read in April yourself, pop it in the comments below if you recommend anything. I'm in particularly looking at more vampire books because I loved those vampire ones from Alison Andrews. So yeah, if you have any vampire recommendations, pop them in the comments for me. Yeah, so I'll catch you all in my next video, whatever it may be, and enjoy your reading until then. Bye!